We're taking a trip back in time to the first volume production Porsche with a mid-engine. The VW Porsche 914. After launching the 911 to cater to the luxury market, Porsche desperately needed a lower-priced entry-level model. Meanwhile, Volkswagen wanted to jazz up its range with an affordable sports car. Christoph wonders what it must have been like when VW CEO Heinrich Nordhoff and Porsche patriarch Ferry Porsche made a gentleman's agreement in 1965. They were to jointly develop a sports car for beginners. And in 1969, the first Porsche 914 emerged. It was soon nicknamed Volksporsche, or worse, FOPO, the same as the abbreviation for the East German police. It came in two engine editions, the 4-cylinder VW engine and the 6-cylinder unit from the Porsche 911, which Christoph confirms is a lot more fun. The 914 concept promises a highly enjoyable time at the wheel.
So schön kann Autofahren sein.
The detachable Targa top with solid roll bar recently debuted in the Porsche 911 introduced a bit of fresh air. The doors of the safety-oriented convertible still open even after a head-on collision at 50 kilometers per hour. The body and final assembly were executed by the specialists at Karmann and Osnabrück. The body shells of the 914-6 were made at Porsche headquarters in Stuttgart, and it was there the heart of the Porsche 911 was implanted. The Boxer engine is fitted in right in behind the seats. As Christoph's ears can confirm, it's a glorious duet of raucous roar and the high-frequency scream from the cooling system. The 914 sprints to 100 kilometers per hour in 8.5 seconds, a second faster than the 911T, which had 15 more horsepower. Top speed is some 207 kilometers per hour, again outperforming the weakest model in the 911 range. And likewise, when it comes to handling, the 914 can match its big brother. But the real trump of the mid-engine concept, explains Christoph, comes around fast bends. Porsche suspension guru Walter Nier even claimed the 914-6 was more a driver's car than the Porsche 911 due to its faster response. And it really does take bends like it's on rails. Although when you do reach the limit, you'll know about it. It then swings out abruptly and uncontrollably, so you do need your wits about you.
Abrupt und absolut unkontrollierbar. Also eine gewisse Kontenance ist schon angebracht.
Opinion is divided on the design of the 914. Some absolutely love the minimalist contouring form follows function, but others can't deal with it at all. Design guru Bertoni said the front of the 914 looked like a car driving in reverse. In visual terms, the 914-6 is no different to its smaller 4-cylinder brother, really, except for the little 6 there. For discriminating Porsche fans, that's not enough differentiation. But as Porsche marketing chief Huschke von Honstein said back then, this is an object for people who love understatement. And Christoph says he's right. For the design of the body, Porsche designer Heinrich Klee largely had a free hand. In the late 1960s, the slick, slender, and straight-lined, no-frills sports car was light years ahead of its time. Porsche traditionalists liked the dashboard, the instruments familiar from the 911, including the central rev counter, made them feel at home. Otherwise, the less is more credo continued on the interior. And here it is, between the seats and rear axle, the 2-liter Boxer engine. Until 1970, it was also fitted in the 911T. The transmission behind the engine had to be rotated 180 degrees, presenting a big headache for mechanics due to poor accessibility, but it's worth it.
Aber die Mühe lohnt sich.
Two prototypes of the 914 were made for Ferry Porsche and R&D head Ferdinand Piëch, with 8-cylinder engines packing up to 300 horsepower. Back then, the fastest road-going Porsches. The only drawback for Christoph is the shifting. It has a modern 5-speed box, but the mid-engine way at the back meant a long distance between stick and gears, plus a complicated linkage. So hitting the right gear is a lottery. With the gears, the Porsche 911 definitely has its nose ahead.
Wirklich ein Glücksspiel. Also was die Schaltung betrifft, hat der 911er Porsche definitiv die Nase vorne.
As for those family ties between the two car makers, between 1970 and 1972, a total of just 3,332 914s were made with Porsche engines. The lower-priced 4-cylinder versions with VW engines sold far better. Together with its little brother with the 4-cylinder engine, the VW Porsche 914-6 is the first large-scale production mid-engine sports car in the world. Around 120,000 units were built in 6 years, making the mid-engine mainstream as opposed to being reserved for racing cars. So the VW Porsche 914-6 is definitely a milestone in automotive history. In 1996, the first Porsche for regular car buyers got a legitimate successor, and the now established Porsche Boxster Roadster has stayed true to the mid-engine concept.